Please be seated. Graduates, families, honored guests, and friends, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the school, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2016 celebration of graduation from the George Washington University School of Business. I am Vivek Chowdhury, Associate Dean for Graduate Programs and the Marshal of this ceremony. My first duty as Marshal is to ask you to please silence your phones for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you. To start the ceremony, I would like to introduce our student vocalist, Christy Allison Dougherty. Christy graduated last year from the George Washington University School of Business with a bachelor's in accountancy and opted to take a fifth year to complete her master's in accountancy as well. Christy studied classical vocals for 5 years at Westminster Choir Conservatory in Princeton, New Jersey, and has been on hiatus since coming to GW, with the exception of taking classical voice in the GW music department in her sophomore year. After graduation, Christy hopes to pass the CPA exam before starting to work at Cohn Resnick in New Jersey. Though Christy studied accounting for 5 years, it is her dream to one day go to law school and combine her passions for law and numbers. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break there, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Christy. Today, we honor our master's and doctoral students who have met all the requirements of their respective degrees and therefore will stand before you at the end of this celebration as graduates of one of the most elite educational institutions in the country. I now have the pleasure of introducing the Dean of the School of Business, Linda A. Livingstone. Dr. Livingstone became Dean of the George Washington University School of Business on August 1st, 2014. Upon her arrival, Dr. Livingstone implemented a new comprehensive strategic planning process that will guide the school in the years ahead. Dean Livingstone is a professor in our management department. She received her BS, MBA, and PhD degrees from Oklahoma State University, where she played on the varsity basketball team. She serves on the board of Capital Southwest Industrials, where she chairs the compensation committee, and is a member of the board of trustees for the Trinity Christian School in Fairfax, Virginia. Dr. Livingstone is married to Brad Livingstone, also a graduate of Oklahoma State University, where he played varsity basketball, and currently the high school principal of Trinity Christian School. They have one daughter, Shelby, who's a sophomore at Rice University on a volleyball scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean Linda A. Livingstone.
Thank you so much. Well, welcome. It is wonderful to have all of you here as we celebrate our graduate students. We had a wonderful ceremony yesterday afternoon with our undergraduate students, so it's fabulous to be here today with our graduate students. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge our special honorees today. Several weeks ago, a group of students were inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma, an honor society of AACSB, the internationally accrediting body for business schools. Those students are wearing blue and gold stoles today, and in addition, award presentations were made to individual students and faculty yesterday evening in a special ceremony. The awardees' names and their awards are listed starting on page 12 of your program, and Associate Dean Chowdhury will be calling upon those recipients a bit later in the program. On Sunday, you are all invited to the university commencement ceremony that will be held on the National Mall. GW's 2016 commencement will feature Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey, with GW President Stephen Knapp delivering the charge to the graduates. So we hope that you all will be with us on Sunday morning. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Baroness Joanna Shields, Order of the British Empire. I think I should say that with a British accent, but I can't do that very well. Baroness Shields is a British and American technology industry veteran, currently serving as the Undersecretary of State and Minister for Internet Safety and Security for Her Majesty's Government of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland. She was ennobled in 2014 and serves as a life peer in the House of Lords. Baroness Shields started her career in Silicon Valley and spent over 25 years building some of the world's best-known tech companies, including Google, AOL, and Facebook. As CEO, Shields led two startups to successful acquisitions, including early social networking pioneer Bebo to AOL and interactive video developer Vion to Philips. She was also part of the executive team that built Decru, pioneer in storage encryption, and acquired by NetApp. She has served as non-executive director on many boards, including the London Stock Exchange Group, and as a trustee of Save the Children and the American School in London. In 2002, while VP Managing Director at Facebook EMEA, Prime Minister David Cameron asked Shields to help build the UK's digital economy and to serve as CEO and chair of Tech City UK. Today, the UK is the tech capital of Europe, and the sector contributes over 10% to the country's GDP. She also led the US-UK Technology Task Force established by President Obama and the Prime Minister Michael Cameron to combat online child abuse and exploitation, and founded We Protect, a global initiative supported by 63 countries, law enforcement agencies, NGOs, civil society, and tech industry leaders to eradicate child abuse and exploitation online. As Undersecretary of State and Minister for Internet Safety and Security, she is responsible for combating online extremism, recruitment, and radicalization, and working nationally and globally to eradicate online child abuse and exploitation, cyber abuse, and ensuring safe, open access to the Internet for everyone. Baroness Shields was ranked #1 on the Wired 100 in 2011, and Computer Weekly named her the most influential woman in UK IT in 2013. She is also the proud recipient of the British Interactive Media Association's Lifetime Achievement Award. Baroness Shields, most importantly, received her MBA from the GW School of Business in 1987, and we are happy that she will be joining us on Sunday and will receive an honorary doctorate of public service from GW. Honorary degrees here at the university are conferred on individuals who demonstrate the value of hard work, dignity, and integrity. She has one son, Ben, who is a junior in high school. We hope he'll be a colonial someday, but we'll see about that. So now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Baroness Joanna Shields.
Thank you, Dean Livingstone, for the generous words. I was thinking, is she talking about me? It's awesome to be back here at GW. I'd like to begin first by expressing my deepest appreciation and admiration for the leadership of this incredible university, especially Dean Livingstone, Vice Dean Spencer, Associate Dean Chowdhury, Associate Dean Jabbour, and Ave Tucker from our Board of Directors. And the warmest welcome to the families and friends gathered here today to celebrate this momentous occasion. This is your day too, and you must be incredibly proud. And most importantly, I want to extend a huge congratulations to the class of 2016. Give yourselves a hand. Well done. We are gathered here today in this marvelous campus in the center of the world's power to celebrate you and your remarkable achievements and to contemplate the future. And you are now officially the makers of the future. Endowed with the wisdom of this great university, we await the amazing things you will create, the organizations you will build, and the better world you will lead. Coming back to GW, for me, has been surprisingly emotional in terms of a homecoming. I've never been one to look back or take time to appreciate achievements. In fact, I'll confess to you here today that I didn't attend my own graduation ceremony. I just packed up my car and headed west to California. It was 1987, and the digital revolution was just beginning, and I was just in too much of a hurry. Being in a hurry can be a good thing. An unrelenting drive and quick response thinking has without question often given me an edge. But it's also meant that sometimes I've missed out. And over time, I've realized the importance of appreciating an important moment like this. I believe it's an art worth preserving. It gives you time to reflect, to thank all those who've helped and supported you, and to contemplate the role you will play in the future. And fortunately for you, the graduates of 2016, it's an absolutely remarkable time to be alive. The world, in spite of all of its challenges, has never been more free, it's never been more open, more educated, healthier, or safer. And our personal capacity to change the course of the future is unmatched. We've never had better tools to make a difference. In 1987, when I graduated from George Washington, the world was a very different place. It was the height of the Cold War, just weeks before Ronald Reagan made his historic speech at the Brandenburg Gate, where he challenged Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down this wall. Ironically, 29 years on, there's talk of building new walls, about isolating ourselves and keeping people out. There are many factors driving this rhetoric. A decade of powerful economic headwinds that have left people feeling that they're left out. A recent spate of deadly terror attacks and millions of desperate migrants on the move, fleeing war and conflict zones. An incredibly divisive U.S. presidential race is amplified by social media and reverberating around the globe. And the UK is contemplating an historic referendum vote that could threaten to balkanize the European Union. And yet there seems to be some bizarre side of paradox around this, considering that we spent the last 3 decades building the technology that's connected the world. In fact, we're accelerating into an even more connected and even more interdependent future, one that's shaped less by the boundaries of nation states and much more by platforms and services that connect us all beyond borders. Today, there are over 3 billion people online. We're approaching half of the world's population, communicating with and learning from each other, and experiencing life in previously unimaginable ways. That's a remarkable achievement. But during these times of great change, there's also a natural human instinct to preserve the status quo, to protect what we have, to isolate ourselves, even scapegoat others for our misfortunes. And there's no denying that intolerance and ignorance of a dangerous kind are creeping into mainstream media and online social discourse, redefining what is acceptable in terms of the extremes. Social media has become an echo chamber of fear-mongering and intolerance. In March of this year, if you remember, Microsoft launched an artificial intelligence bot experiment on Twitter. And with the help of natural language processing and machine learning technologies, the bot learned to hate in just 24 hours. They launched it again a few days later to see if this was some kind of anomaly. But within hours, its racist and abusive language again reached unacceptable thresholds, and its profile was suspended indefinitely. In free and democratic societies like ours, even the worst zealots and bigots are entitled to their opinions, but what has changed is the internet gives them a platform to take their hateful messages and violent provocations to millions. Extremist groups like Daesh, or the so-called Islamic State, have been quick to leverage the scale and reach of social networks, to wage a digital insurgency, and to disseminate propaganda aimed at hijacking the minds of vulnerable young people in the privacy of their own homes. Criminals with a sexual interest in children join forces with other offenders online to abuse people on a mass scale. Encryption provides a perfect cover. Cryptocurrency mechanisms obfuscate their transactions. These are unforeseen consequences enabled by technology, consequences that challenge our very humanity. Every generation feels the weight of its time. But whilst my generation got to dream about this utopian digital world, your generation has to deal with its new realities. In this interconnected world, where companies, like countries, count their users in the billions, no one company, or country for that matter, can solve these problems alone. It takes us all. If the past year is any indication, though, when the world does come together, we have great cause for optimism. A global effort brought the Ebola crisis to resolution in just 10 months. The world signed an historic climate change agreement in Paris that has finally put the world on course to be safer and more stable. The UK hosted a refugee summit earlier this year and secured commitments of $11 billion in a single day to support those whose lives have been in transition due to this crisis. 3 years ago, I founded an organization called We Protect. Our mission is to eradicate online child sexual exploitation. We leverage the power of technology to rescue victims, thwart criminals, and bring them to justice. With the support of Prime Minister David Cameron and the leaders of 63 governments, law enforcement, the technology industry, and NGOs, we are making great progress. But we will never stop until every child can use the internet without fear, to dream, to create, and to reach their potential. As former President Jimmy Carter said, we must adjust to changing times and still hold on to our unchanging principles. I could not agree more. Change is the new normal. We need to embrace it by being certain in our own actions. And we also have to be more human, too. At a time when we're obsessed with harnessing the power of data and making machines more intelligent to serve us better, I think it's incumbent upon all of us to ensure that human intelligence, empathy, and compassion are always factored into the equation. Our digital lives are without a doubt much easier, more convenient, more efficient. But in exchange for all this, we give up something too. We cast an ever-expanding digital shadow that reveals our wants, our desires, and our intentions to machines which sometimes seem to understand us better than we understand ourselves. That's why your late-night shopping habits follow you around the web on every device until you actually buy. Yet, in spite of all these headline-grabbing, anxiety-provoking things that consume much of the public debate on privacy, In general, if you ask most people, they really aren't that bothered. Maybe it's because we're coming to terms with our digital lives and we're comfortable with these trade-offs. So comfortable that you might be surprised to learn, as I was just recently when researching for this speech, that one of the biggest threats to harm we face in our daily lives is not gun violence, it's not terrorism. It's actually accidents resulting from the use of a mobile phone when walking or driving. I'm not kidding. We're walking around, driving our cars, mesmerized like some kind of tethered zombies. We can't put our phones down long enough to do anything these days. The eyes of our children are bright with a persistent glow, and one of the complaints in most marriages is that the mobile interruptions in the bedroom. And possibly, we might be a bit too connected to our devices, that is. Even though I've lived and participated in the digital revolution and the amazing time of human achievement and optimism that's followed, I still find it surreal at times. I think that's because we often view ourselves as bystanders, and we don't quite comprehend the magnitude of the changes happening around us, or long after, the definitive role we have played. I have learned that success is not a coincidence. It's not a stroke of luck. It's a determined process. It's about understanding context and recognizing opportunities. It's about interpreting data logically and combining that with a good dose of gut instinct. I hope that today will be just the beginning of you acknowledging your achievements and recognizing your success. And if I can make one last suggestion, try getting lost sometimes. Be open to the occasional departure from your planned path. Today, I work for Her Majesty's government as the Undersecretary of State and Minister for Internet Safety and Security. You're probably thinking, how on earth did that happen? How does someone from a little town in Pennsylvania who studied here at GWU become a baroness in the House of Lords? Well, I must say, it's certainly not a scenario that I could have ever imagined or planned. And that's the point. And though it sounds a bit like a fairy tale, I can assure you that it was anything but. Raising my son as a single mom and balancing a high-powered career 3,500 miles from family and friends, there were times when I honestly have to say I felt that my life and career were dangling from some kind of castle high tower. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. In fact, I've discovered that when the unexpected happens in life, that's often where the magic begins. So as you move into this next phase, look for opportunities to explore the untraveled path. A fork in the road may look like a detour, but diversions and how we react to them can end up charting the course of our lives and defining who we are. All this incredible innovation will continue to transform our lives and our world, but in the end, it's the human bonds that make us who we are. These transformational moments in life have always been and always will be about people. And I've always believed that the best outcome of the digital revolution is that one day people might understand each other a bit better. I still believe this. As the English poet John Donne said best, no man is an island upon himself. The technology that was developed to unite the world must never divide us. As leaders of this next phase of the interconnected world, it's your time now. The future is yours. And like all of those who had faith in the generations before you, we have faith in you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Baroness Shields, for sharing with us today. We are very proud to count you among our thousands of alumni around the world and know that you will continue to do great work in the years ahead. And we look forward to watching the work that you're doing in your career. And we look forward to honoring you on Sunday with an honorary doctorate. I'm now going to turn the podium back over to Associate Dean Chowdhury, and we will move on with the rest of the program.
At this time, I would like to acknowledge the recipients of the 2016 School of Business Master's and Doctoral Faculty and Student Achievement Awards. As mentioned before, our ceremony was held yesterday to recognize faculty and students, and I would like to acknowledge these individuals now by asking all award recipients to stand and remain standing while I read all of the awardees' names. This information can be found beginning on page 12 of your program booklet. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced. And my apologies in advance for anyone whose name I mispronounce. 2016 Graduate and Doctoral Faculty Award recipients: James Bailey, Wendy Duan, William Handorf, Ed Hoffman, George Jabbour, Sokhyun Kang, Jeff Len, Kirsten Martin, George Solomon, and Jiawen Yang. The 2016 Master Student Award recipients: Jadasola B. Adamiluyui, Adamuyuba Abiyodun Adasoye, Adil Ahmed, Kian Behdad, Seema Bhambani, Shin Kuk Chan, Tom Chabib, Muyang Chen, Justine Clow, Wilbert Davis, Jorge Enrique Del Pino Figueroa, Schwan Jennifer Dye, Jill Catherine Diedrich, Margaret Green, Colleen McManaman Hoffman, James Horner, Ilana Beth Jolson, Yuta Kato, Lialim Kenchimova, Lucas Anthony Laviole, Aaron Lee, Wu Chong Liu, Deborah Mathis, Madhur Mirani, Patrick Murphy, Mam Marie J., DeRogio Peterson, Elizabeth Rouse, Rachel Shiftan, Resha Sherchan, Sushma Bhoja Shetty, Shubhra Pandey, Agnes Elaine Socrates, Megan Frances Stroud, Lee Yuan Su, Sean Su, Nydia Daniela Valando Otarola, William Reed Von Gunten, Jonathan George Wu, Yan Jun Shu, Gabriel John Strait Yancho, Carl Haig Yusuf. Please join me in a round of applause to congratulate these award recipients. You may be seated. I now have the pleasure of introducing our student speaker, Khadija Nimrod. Khadija was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and is the youngest child of her parents. She graduated from Howard University in 2013 with a bachelor's degree in international business, concentrating in hospitality management. Khadija is graduating today from the Master of Tourism Administration program, studying event and meeting management. Post-graduation, Khadija hopes to bring her skills and talent to the top special events agency, where she can further her career as an international special events planner. Khadija enjoys traveling, experiencing new cultures, giving back to her community, and planning special events for various clients. She is also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Alpha Chapter, and a recent student member of the International Special Events Society, Greater Washington, D.C. Chapter. Please help me welcome our 2016 Master's Student Speaker, Khadija Nimrod.
Thank you, Dean Chaudhry. Good afternoon to all George Washington University School of Business deans, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends. Now, graduates, I'm sure most of you all are just like me. The first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning is check your phone, right? You pull up your phone, you pull up Instagram, Snapchat, but this morning was a little bit different for me. I pulled up my phone and I checked my grades, and this semester I got a 4.0, and I'm super excited. I just thought I'd share that. About a year ago, I read a quote by a woman named Beverly Kearney, whose inspirational words never seem to escape me. She said, "My hero is my history. And my history is a legacy of people who have triumphed over tragedy, who have succeeded in spite of the oppression. I cannot fail because they've taught me failure is not an option." As I stand before you today, overlooking the crowd of caps and gowns, I can't help but think about what inspired us to be here and what it took for us to make it this far. We are here today with our feet planted upon the very foundation that our heroes have laid for us. We stand upon such a rich legacy of innovators, overcomers, achievers, believers, and doers. Everything that is here before you was once an idea and now exists because those who came before us understood that the future depends on what you do today. Our school was founded upon George Washington's vision of creating an institution in the nation's capital dedicated to educating and preparing our future leaders. We are those future leaders and the fulfillment of our founders' visions. So it is without a doubt that we are destined for greatness because we have been directed to the stepping stones of opportunity that will lead us to the future. I believe that exposure is the prerequisite to opportunity, and where preparation and opportunity meet, success follows. Here at the George Washington University, we have been exposed to an abundance of resources. Whether you took a management class in the Bahamas in the middle of winter, or whether you studied baseball in China, or attended a networking event right here in DC, the opportunities offered by this university are virtually limitless. During my 2 years here at GW, I have been so fortunate to come across individuals who not only offered me such opportunities, but aided in molding me into the person who stands before you today. I can recall the struggles of applying to get into grad school and not knowing how I was going to pay for it. I can recall setback after setback just to make it to this very day. Never did I imagine myself standing here before you, and I am so grateful to be given a platform to share my story as we celebrate this milestone together. I owe so much to my present-day heroes, like Miss Laura Calder and Colette Coleman, who have encouraged me and expected nothing of me than excellence. It is because of heroes like them that I never gave up, and I've learned so much along the way. I'm sure each of us can identify with a present-day hero at this university, as they too have helped you along your journey to success. The great thing about GW is that in spite of our varied backgrounds and cultures, we all share the common obligation to uphold the legacy that was set before us and further the path of excellence in paying it forward. The George Washington University has bred such a distinguished roster of individuals, such as Kerry Washington, Jacqueline Kennedy, and Colin Powell, who showed us that who you are and who you are destined to be is greater than your circumstances. As the graduating class of 2016, we are humbled to be given the opportunity to add our names to that roster. We too will be exemplars of success to those who will come after us and heroes for future generations. As we prepare to face the world before us, we can do so with confidence because our heroes have taught us that failure is not an option. We will conquer giants We will find cures. We will make discoveries. We will create laws and make a difference in this world. And you may ask, how can she be so sure of this? Well, I think Marissa Mayer said it best, that at one point or another, we've all done something that we felt a little unready to do. But that's how you grow. When you have that moment of, wow, I'm not so sure that I can do this, and you push on and do it anyways, that's when you have a breakthrough. You must understand that there is a reason for where you are now, so embrace this journey. Sometimes we can be our worst saboteurs, underestimating ourselves and the potential that lies within us. So please do not be discouraged because you may not be where you want to be. You are still being prepared for your best self yet. And everything will happen at the right time. One day, we will be those heroes of someone's history, guiding their light to success. So when people ask you, how is it that you succeeded in spite of all of your obstacles? And how is it that you made it to this very day? Like Beverly Kearney, you too can say, I don't have a choice because my hero is my history. And my history is a legacy of people who have triumphed over tragedy and who have succeeded in spite of the oppression. I cannot fail, and we cannot fail, because failure is not an option. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2016.
Thank you, Khadija, for those inspiring words. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Vice Dean for Faculty, Jennifer Spencer, who will present the doctoral degree candidates.
I am pleased to present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Anthony Cannizzaro, International Business. Zhangming Feng, Finance. Jingqiang Liu, Finance. Kevin May, Management. Binzi Shu, Finance. Babak Zafari, Decision Sciences.
Congratulations to all of the doctoral candidates. At this time, it is my honor to present the master's candidates. In accordance with the instructions from the GWSB commencement team, the candidates will rise and proceed to the ramp in front of the stage.
Now, candidates from Master of Accountancy. Majed El-Zakari. Osama Yusuf Zahari. Muhammad Bashir. Huo Junhua. Jeffrey Erbs. Lynette Rosa Jimenez. Amelia Umstead. 张运红、李梦薇、Christy Doherty、孟令丽、梁耀元、陈丹、张颖、陈文玉、王天觉、洪清、杨立新、王雪宁、于爽、王一桥、于子楠、孙烨、于亮、王雨桐、傅颖珍、袁慧、高天意、Michael May、张倩、江小叶、陆梦一、黎思乔、石金、何成元、江然、Mona Al-Matuk、Emily Silber、王静玉、卢佳莹、辛义梅、孔维斌、陈牧阳、朱依林、李金雪、吴令杰、戴瑞、Pamela Snyder、Catherine Mirrens、薛彦君、曾琦、何云轩、吕艺览、唐思佳、Joshua Gashty、Theodore Owen Dwork、Ian Robinson、Alaire Kreitis、Lauren Marie Mazet、Adam Ross Woken、Haley Henderson、Christopher Boyce、Brittany Lightholm、Lisa Aronson、Ethan Carey、Joshua Hoffner、Oscar Sharman、Abdul Ghaffar Bakir、Lauren J. Traeger、Amina Beksultan、Suyandik Kwanish Bekov、 Anthony James Calderaro, 陈新月、汪安琪、崔硕。
The following are candidates for the Masters of Business Administration. Michael James Holmes. Raul Romo. Julio Luz Queinos. Patrick Murphy. Oscar Sim Zutavej. Julius Torrance Crawford, Jr. M. Jerome Leonard. Tom Shabib. Scott Ormiston. Brian Christopher Long. Joy Angela Schanneberger. Natika S. Washington. John Aloysius Price. Shannon Hughes. Adela Garcia Duncan. Julissa Yvette de Jesus Rogers. Jason Grant Booker. Duragio Cartol Peterson. Abdul Nashnoosh. Salem Nashnoosh. Bahim Katak. Basayo Odumlami. Jeanette Barham. Andrea Rouse. Sylvia Linky. Eudora Leonora Okine. Toru Ueno. Luz Sakat Ramos Bonner. Rodney Stephen Butcher. Estelle Sukyung Yu. Leah Sareka Stevens. James Patrick Howland. Edward Newland. Abigail L. Atkinson. Brooke Christopherson Gill. Jeremy M. Altendorf. Erica Lynette Cabrera. Kimberly Elaine Garcia. Manisha Nabieva. Bona Iyasu. Hamid Singh Dillon. Mohammed Daud. April Gebololu. Renee Jeanette Allard. Nicole Almeida. Whitney Don Taverdi. Aaron Dina Spiegel. Thomas Ryan Gearhart. David Anthony Dorr. Franklin W. Braffett. Cicely Martha Martin. Aditi Gonya. Mackenzie R. Jones. Victoria Paige Fulkerson. Clifford Malachi Gillum. Jared Paul Field. Kyle Roger Olson. Soledad Portilla. Colleen Zhang Rodriguez. Diana Hernandez. Orlando Flores Jr. Leo Stinson. Andrew S. Abate. Paul W. Yarnall. Irina Sirbu. Priya Berry. Brittany Nichelle Harvey. Adrian Ray Davis. Juliana Roth Wind. Alyssa Renee Rauch. Chelsea Nicole Sherma. Matthew Edward Geldof. Claudia Ortiz Chavez. Raymond McGee Jr. Ryan Christopher Coca. Jonathan George Wu. Genevieve Olegani Regal. Jeffrey Charles Lyons. Tristan Ewell. Diego Alejandro Lucero. John Howard. Uma Menon. Neda Mirza. Nasreen Kalantaripur. Ridwana Idrisu. Matthew Allen Trump. Lawrence A. Gadsden, Jr. Sarah Marie Roby. Corinne Mattern. Stephanie Lynn Johnson. Talal M. Ghazal. Julia Zemnick Gill. Ronan Murphy. Teresa Ophelia Vitek Fox. David Patrick Drennan. Barat Karsu. Yulia Vedenskaya. Monica Warren. David Jonathan Odenbach. Gulira Alieva. Joanna Maria Vidal-Fele. David E. Hidalgo. David John Tessier. Patricia Monica Fernandez. Neil V. Nene. Artencia Maltia Johnson. Bar Ashraf. Puneet Paul Singh Mahant. Laura McKella. Pia Engel. William Pendleton Oric Moss. Cameron Mark Williams. Rachel Sarah Shifton. Mark Taya. Laura Willette. Maxwell Davio. Naoki Itako. Yi Ding. Martin Robert McAllister. Adam Bradley Spearin. Michael Larkin. Greg Kohalski. Victoria Holmes C. Yalin Bidincha. Edwin Peter Niederberger. Michael Coleman Garrett. Timothy Joseph Heitman. Michael Nichols. Nigel Goodman. Ahmed Saeed Al-Nasser. Jean Ha. Khalid Jamal Hassaneh. Taskin Shakib. Jasmine Wang. Ramsi Kula. Ipsita Mala. Shaheen Shafee Manfared. Kian Bedad. Akil Kushal Jayana. Ramandeep Kaur. Swaraj Ramal. Larry Mosley. Ankit Goyal. Kartikan Ganesh Murthy. Andup No. Mingche Lee. Jeffrey Su. Yanchu Liu. Charlene Brown Sandage. Yulia Vinogradova. Justine Ann Klo. Mohammed Zohair Hassan. Sushma Bojashetty. Kylan Ann Fitzpatrick. Laura Marie Elizabeth Donato. Melissa Ann Cope. Anik Desai. Jaime Carpio Tirado. Bilal Almer Shama. Julie Elizabeth McTurnan. Mina Shagagi. Fernanda Carolina Dasum. Alejandra Parra. Jeremy David Williams. Gregory Thomas Jones. Daniela Velando Otarola. Elise Hardwick Anderson. Fangfang Shi. Dong Tzu. Mother Mirani. Gabriel John Straith Yancho. James Albert Flanders. Brian Charles Rotolo. Sarah Hoffman Music. Shiv Kailash Gandodia. Sean Shi. Icha Ye. Biao Lu. Anup Shadri. Mo Jo. Teresa Chen. Jian Zhang. Lingxi Kong. Ying Lan. Robert Keali Ukanu Kamaka. Ashikar Raman. Ryan S. Grossner. Sabrina I. Mockery. Stephen David Shapanka. Jamie Marie Ramakati. Aaron Lee. Trevor Wellington Barnett. Bryant J. Ingram. Saad Rasul Chaudhry. Pramod Karachar. Daniel Christopher McBride. Brandon K. Fagan. Nilraj Chadasama. James Howard Guiazda. Noah C. England III. Victoria Permyakova. Katerina Pyatibratova. Hamsa Aga. William Pajai. Natasha L. Colmore. Denise Gonzalez. Lona Rose Small.
Master of Business Analytics. GU C. Yiran Ding. Yahui Zhou. Wenying Liu. Sonia Tahir. Prasant Suklapadaya. Sufyan Asad. Nisa Ranjani Iyer. Rachel Catherine Jordan. Alexander Kischi. Makeli Ives Pelamoco. George Enrico Del Pino Figuera. Kenneth O'Brien.
Okay, the next group of graduates are from the Master of Science and Finance program. Give them a hand. Okay. Zayed Mohammed Al-Lotaibi. That's this. Khalid Munahi Al-Lotaibi. Mohammed Hussein Hakim. Turki Hamad Al-Twijiri. Abdulaziz Abdullah Al-Shamrani. Talal Hamoud Al-Lotaibi. Abdullah Saad Al-Khurayef. Ziyad Mohammed Al-Jarbo. Tamim Asad Al-Mazroa. I will wait. Hamad Mazed Al-Mazid. Abdullah Ziad Mufti. Sultan Khalil Al-Khalil. Nawaf Al-Bawardi. No, I don't want to stack them up. Joseph Yusuf Mifle. Ibrahim Ali bin Sakr. Abdullah Al-Mokhana. I don't want to wait in line. Evgenia Ipaneshnikova. Laura Piovesan. I cannot read his handwriting, but his last name is Yelapragada. Hisuli. Yoncho. Patrick Carlos Escafe. Song Ni Vaina. Xingu. Zhou Huiyang. Lu Kehong. Zhen Zhen. I type fast. Right now it's Zhen Zhen. Shi Hao Shu. Xi Chen. Mei Jiayan. Chang Chaojie. Wu Tiandu. Danny Hurayab. Namig Akhmadov. Ilknur Yazar. Nuray Ilker Karaman. Rjan Rashid Al-Rashid. Agerin Tokarbayeva. Omid John Begelai. Mark Moai Kell. Son Su, Wang Boyu. What's your name? Okay, this is Shokhre Fatia. Wang Liang. Yu Feiyang. Ge Ruoyu. Xu Ding. Chang Zhaoxiang. He Angda. Sheng Shengping. Zhang Chengjie. Fang Zhou. Chen Weijing. Hong Yunzhe. Kong Ruolan. Li Yina. Ihioma Peace Okugo. Lailin Kenchimova. Shata Mohammed Al Khatabi. This is boys' names. Reem Abdullah Al Hawas. Kremian Manuela. Boris Alban Odo Herveseka. Chunyan Tsang. Huang Kaifan. Lin Yishuan. Li Yihua. Lin Powei. Xiada. Michael Owusu Nkta Nabisa. Johnson Adebayo Awofeso. Zhao Xinyi. Liang Yang. Guo Yi. Too fast. Right now it's Guo Yi. Oh, this is He Jingru. Liu Runji. What is that guy's name? Xie Mubai. Lei Meng. Zhang Yu Chen. Sun Yi. No, which one is which? I'm already lost track. This is Zhang Ling Hong. Sarah Bergen Robinson. Syed Hashim Mahmoud Ali. Is that right? Jaydeep Patel. Sergio de la Garza. Sasha Trump. Shigenobu Morita. Adils Ahmed. Fernando Munoz. Liu Yek King, Yan Xiong, Yong Ziyi,这是什么？张世伟、魏梅、吴流成、汪洋晶、汤伟仪、李小友、在超、顾天舟、苏伟、小波、刘永阳、方南、陈友坤、陈正、关冕、谢瑶、
with the Master of Science in Government Contracts, Fatima Anata Tibbs, Ilana Beth Jolson, Freddie Rios, Courtney Jewel Wiggins, with the Joint MBA, Jessica Ann Daniels, Michael Valentine Perch, Daniel Bernard Donovan,
Alexandra Christine Blanc, Saud Mohammed Al-Juhani, Emmanuel Munyet Quinones, Majed Abdulguker Turkestani, Yuta Kato, Mam Marie Nagier, Jeffrey Wyeth Griffith, Joseph Fan, Michelle Almiri, Aaron Thomas McKay, Douglas Faitosa Tome, Mahmoud Mohammed Abdel Wahab, Edward Reynaldo Facundo, Jill Catherine Diedrich, Justin Scott Pritchard, Linda Mirembe Namisi, Mashai McIntyre, Waldo Eduardo Ford, Mujinga Marie Tishlengi, Moandakia Tishlengi, Natale Lukama, Adumiyawa Adesoye, Collins Asanye, Jimmy Clyde Blair, Joseph Sanungo Chung, Courtney A. Mitchell, Reed Von Gunten, Munif Al-Fadi, David Leon Hairston, Saud Abdullah Al-Hawas, Nouf Nasir Ali Joed, Anwar Saleh Al-Shaheri. Mufa Fayez Al-Shanbari. Oscar W. Marita. Wesley Brandon Berry. David He Yoon. Eric Bremen. Christina E. Taylor. Sung Yong Kim. Rabia Kamar. Shuo Wang. Shuhua Tzu. Zhulong Pei. Yi Chen. Jing Hu. Jiale Luo. Qisheng Li. Sergei Kampanets. Chin Kuk Chan. Nisanart Borabun. Patia Mahapasupathan. Jialan Ding. Min Wei. Yajing Sun. Jun Wang. Haiwan Li. Renji Mei. Tianqi Zhu. Tiangting Zhang. Tianze Zhang. Murui Li. Boyang Li. Bridget Rafael. Deepthi Ranganath. Puja Saradi Vakalanka. Raza Usman. Arturs Okanesian Peel. Sai Sri Teha Sunkara. Manasvi Arya. Saketh Reddy Kohir. Krishna Teja Upadhyaya. Sangik Saha. Prajakta Prakash Shende. Gauri Tushub Shukla. Sargar Anup Kumar Bahayu. Seema Bambani. Nicole Jane Reyes. Yves Gervais Sogbeni. Anaya Giritar. Smruti Tendulkar. Devanshi Sampat. Syed Hamza. Pavani Magnolia Bathini. Mir Danish Ali.
Master of Science in Project Management. Shobha Devsena Subramanian. Isam Mohammed Isa. Okay. Amin Mohammed Barga. Graham Edward Hill. Eric David Boatman. Alex Ephraim Varela. Graham Frederick Sloan. Colleen McMenamin Hoffman. Elizabeth Rose. Chad Michael Wendelick. Oh, you are next. Odette Williams. Oh, is it? Okay. Michael Edward Taylor. Okay, again. Odette Williams. Tiffany Lynn Denny. Irene McLean. Sharok Hamad Al-Assaf. Charisala Pilikisu Ademiliu. Anna Semanova. Palmira Gonçalves Arroyo Villanova. Reza Malumatian Siras. Andrew Sasa Kupchik. Mace Milton White. Agnes Elaine Socrates. Matas Hussain. Pravina Reddy Rakasi. Ranjit Singh Pangar. Katrina Bright Burgess. Wilbert Tylen Davis. Michael John Halloran. Dina Tariq. Esteban Mauricio Enriquez Salazar. Chintan Modi. Raj Subramania Iyer. Kwabena Asiru Opoku. Matthew John Erb. Adam Trexler. Robert Joseph Tanda. Robert Hinman. Vincent Sabit Damata. Denise Prisman. Brian Francis Quigley. Suresh Sandra Tripathi.
May I present you with our Master of Tourism Administration candidates, Jamie Ruth Armstrong, Emma Noonan, Lincoln Joseph Manch, Khadija M. Nimrod, Adam Richelieu, Ryan Keenan Ferisovit, Andres Guerrero Ars, Gergana Soilozavura, Shelby Elizabeth Lamb, Caroline Potolicchio, Sangmi Park, Deborah Mathis,
Kyria Dawn Crane, Cynthia Nicole Perry, Andrea Marie Crocco, Imani Simone Finley, Wang, Cookie Ding, Dominika Kanyakova, Siame Wu, Zihe Li, Li Hong Zhang, Megan Frances Stroud, Melanie Jean Rose Souls, Margaret Green, Yafei Shui, Yinmeng Chai, Jinqiao Tang, Yao Yao Ma, Erbo Hua, Youngbum Kim, Hengxin Shi, Grace Hui, Jose Hui Stiliano Constantino Ribeiro. That's it.
Congratulations to all of the master's graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Livingstone will now address the 2016 graduating class. Dean Livingstone.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for not crushing my hand too many times during all those handshakes. Fabulous. It's so exciting to be here, and we're so thrilled to have so many wonderful family and friends here to support our students. So students, I'm going to give you a chance to thank some of the folks that are here today that have been instrumental in getting you to this point. So first, I'm going to ask our faculty to stand. Please show appreciation to the faculty. And of course, you wouldn't be here today if it weren't for all the support and encouragement and love from all of your family and friends. So graduates, would you please stand and thank those in the audience that are here that have helped you get here today. Thank you. I also want to thank our speakers today, Baroness Shields and Khadija. Thank you so much for making this a very, very special day for us. This week's graduation marks a very important milestone in each of your lives and a significant achievement which you should be extremely proud of. And so we're happy to be here to celebrate with you today. When I first came to George Washington almost 2 years ago, I wanted an image for my office that would really represent for me what this university is about, particularly as we approach our 200th anniversary in just a few years. So as I thought about it, I ultimately chose an image of George Washington, which of course is very appropriate. But the image I chose is of Washington at Valley Forge, and I'm sure many of you have seen this image. But Washington is kneeling in the snow beside his horse with his head bowed in solitude and reflection. I chose this image because it is a daily touchstone for me of the legacy that we have the responsibility to build on each and every day here at GW as faculty, as staff, as students, and now that you have as alumni of the institution. A legacy of leadership, a legacy of courage, and a legacy of service. On Sunday, President Knapp will confer your degrees on the National Mall in front of the Washington Monument. President Knapp likes to call that our monument. He will note in that ceremony that your degree is vested in and by the Board of Trustees, which is very typical of any institution. But he will also note that your degree is granted by virtue of the authority of the Congress of the United States of America. As you leave here and carry with you the legacy of George Washington with a degree granted by the authority of Congress, that is truly an only at GW experience. I'm going to close by sharing with you from the Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation that were originally compiled in 1595, thus the name that it was given. These were later taken to heart by George Washington when he was a teenager and were really instrumental to him in building his character throughout his life. So as you graduate this week, I commend to you Rule 110 of 110 rules. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. So, GW School of Business class of 2016, all of us here today are extremely proud of you. We look forward to seeing all the really amazing things that you're going to accomplish in the years ahead, and we wish you every success in all that you undertake, onward and upward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Livingstone. We're almost at the end of our celebration, but we cannot end quietly, and we cannot end without one last assignment. But don't worry, this assignment you can do. As I read the names of the degrees, I would like those students to rise up. Rise up loud, rise up proud, and make some noise. Doctor of Philosophy. That's pretty good for 6 folks. Master of Accountancy. All Master of Business Administration. Master of Science in Business Analytics. More analysis is called for. Master of Science in Finance. There we go. Master of Science in Government Contracts. Master of Science in Information Systems and Technology. Master of Science in Project Management. And Master of Tourism Administration. Okay, now I would like all of you to stand as the School of Business, and I would like all of you and all our guests, family, and friends to make as much noise as possible to let all of Foggy Bottom and all the world know that we are here. So, I can't hear you! Good job. Please remain standing as our ceremony will conclude with the singing of the alma mater. Please turn to the last page in your program for the alma mater.
Hail, alma mater, to thy spirit guiding, knowledge thy closest friend, in its strength abiding. Pledge we fidelity, ne'er its end resigning. Hail thee, George Washington!
This concludes our School of Business celebration. It has been a pleasure to share this event with you. Please remain standing at your seat until the academic recessional is concluded. Faculty will exit first, followed by the graduates as instructed by the commencement staff. Following the recessional, graduates, families, and guests, please join us next door in Duquesne Hall for a celebration reception. May I add my personal congratulations to all of our graduates today and to all those who made it possible. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations.